Hi guys, it's Wendy with Ask the Landlady, and it's Friday, so we're going to talk timeshare. Today, I want to talk about the 4 segments of timeshare, as I see it, in terms of breaking down when people want to go. Whether you want to do a ski weekend, a beach weekend, you want to do a holiday weekend, or you're kind of out there in those shoulder seasons. So we're going to break that down when we talk about timeshare. But first of all, check out my book, Never Buy Timeshare. In my last video, I talked about renting out places. So this is a great follow-up to that is, oh, great, I'm going to rent a timeshare resort instead of buying it. When do I want to go? Well, let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Number one, let's talk about renting a ski week instead of buying a timeshare. Ski resort timeshare weeks are some of the most expensive in industry, right? Because your time period for snow is very small. Your red time is there. You want to go to a ski resort in June, July? Can't give them away. I live near Snowshoe, West Virginia, and I can get a room for like $45, at Snowshoe off season because that's people don't want to be there then. Even though they do some other activities, you can hike, you can be close to breweries, you can do other stuff. Near Green Bank Observatory, which if you've not been there is amazing. It's so close to Snowshoe, you can get a cheap room there. Check that out. There's your tip. Rent it, don't buy. But when do people want to be there? They want to be there when it's snowing and they can be skiing. So ski season is red, right? That's the peak demand and the peak price. And that's why rentals make sense here, right? An owner who paid that full price to get that amazing mid-January week in snow season is often happy to get their maintenance fee if they can't go that year. Maybe they're sick, maybe kids have a basketball tournament, whatever. There might be a reason they can't go in January that year, and they're willing to rent it out to you for the price of the maintenance fees. So, remember, I've done a survey on this, and people are paying anywhere from $1,500 to $4,500 in maintenance fees per week. So that's a real number to these owners that they would love to pass on to somebody else if they can't use it that year. They're not usually looking to make a profit. They're usually just trying to wipe the slate clean so that maybe they'll go back next year or the year after. So that's the great thing about renting a ski week from somebody else. So where do we find these? First of all, if you're in an area, like I said, I'm near some ski resort areas in West Virginia and in different places. You can certainly go on Facebook. Who has a cabin? Who has a condo at here and isn't using it this year? Great way to do it. And a lot of times they're happy to pass that off for just their maintenance fees. There's your best way to do that. And in my previous video, I talked about how to talk to a person like that to get it and make sure you get it in your name. Another one would be Red Week. You want to go to redweek.com and search by your resort name and your travel dates. There's ski resorts in Colorado, Utah, and Vermont. They show up consistently on there, and they have full kitchens and multiple bedrooms and all that type of thing. And then also the timeshare users group, or TUG, is a great one because again, those owners, especially of the ski resorts, are very savvy. They know everything about their place. Is it ski in or ski out? Is there shuttle service? What's the slope access like? All those things they're going to be able to answer to you, which is going to be a great resource. Somebody who goes there all the time that just can't go this year is going to give you a lot better information than if you just blindly show up or try to find something on the internet. So ski weeks book up fast and they get resold fast. So confirm that reservation is your name directly with the resort before you send any payment. Stick with your recognized brands like Marriott, Hilton, Wyndham, since their inventory is easier to verify. Don't give any money to make sure that is in your name. So that's prime there. So ski resorts are a great time great way to rent because you're not locked in every year. Maybe you only want to ski every few years. Maybe you have young kids and they're not quite ready for it yet, but you want to go one year, but then you have a basketball star. You can be tied up in ski season for the rest of the days. You have only this year to go. Rent it out. Don't buy it. Rent that timeshare out. You'll get the mountain. You'll get the fireplace. You get the hot tub without owing anyone those big maintenance fees every year for the next 50 plus years into perpetuity. So ski weeks, great ones to rent out. 2, beach weeks, also great to rent out because again, in July, what does everybody else want to do? They want to go to the beach. Even in Florida where it's hot as all get out, And of course, Florida is different because it has red time other times of year too when people are trying to escape down there. Their shoulder seasons are mostly non existent. But if you're somewhere like Myrtle Beach or Hilton Head, you've got your red weeks, which is June, July, August, when everybody's off school and wants to go with their whole family to the beach, right? They don't want to go in September, October, November. It's much quieter, that type of thing. So beach weeks are usually the hardest, most expensive timeshare inventory to book, right up there with their ski resorts. So again, same things you want to do. Hey guys, who has a week at Myrtle Beach they're willing to rent to me this year? Go out on Facebook and do that. Go to your red week. Do the same types of things to get that week. Okay. So the next segment, shoulder season. That's one that most people don't like to talk about because they're like, who wants to own in shoulder season? Well, believe it or not, a lot of people bought into the shoulder season because they went there, they loved it. Some tricky salesperson talked them into it saying, oh, you'll be able to switch around later. And then they find out, oh, no, I can't switch it around later unless I buy more points. So I'm always going to be stuck in the shoulder season. I'm never going to break into June, July, August in Hilton Head. Instead, I'm stuck with November. Well, maybe you're an empty nester. Maybe you're writing a book. Maybe you just want to retreat. Maybe you want to go lose weight at the beach and walk around. Whatever. You need to be out of town for a few days. Whatever. You want to go at a different time. And shoulder season can be great for that. It's where you're going to get some of your best deals because people, again, they're only trying to recoup their maintenance fees. And if they're not even able to usually rent that out, they may even go less than that just to be able to, get some of their money back for this shoulder season that they can't use. So, and again, it's going to be cheaper. Your maintenance fees for stuff over the shoulder seasons, it's not as much as the ones for the beach weeks, right? So you may score a fantastic resort at Hilton Head for $1,000. Whereas if you got hotel rooms every night at a hotel, it would be, double that or triple that. So that's a definitely plus. You may get 2 and 3 bedrooms and a whole workout room and a pool and all sorts of other amenities that might be directly right on the beach. So definitely worth looking at your shoulder season for that type of resort. And again, like I said, the ski resort too, you're going to get it dirt cheap and you're just going to be doing different activities. If you just want a getaway with a nice unit with a few bedrooms, shoulder seasons is going to be your best value. It's going to be even cheaper than hotels and you're going to have a better space, especially if you're like me and my husband, we take our laptops and work from anywhere. You're an empty nester. You just want to go place and chill, maybe read your book in one room while somebody's watching TV in the other. These places can be fantastic for that. You're not all stuck in a little hotel room box, right? You get more of a suite experience for probably cheaper than the hotel because you're renting from some other schmuck that bought the timeshare. So, in our last segment, holidays. Holidays are, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's is the trifecta, the most fought over week, especially at ski resorts, even beaches. They're almost universally read because we all want to be together. It's a great way to be in somebody else's space. You're in a 3-bedroom condo. You're not stuck at somebody's house. It gets a mess. You have activities to do. You're in a Gatlinburg, Tennessee. We love to go there for Thanksgiving and get out, and everybody gets to go to restaurants and see all the decorations. So they move fast. So search early, right? Ideally 6 to 12 months out. Same places, Red Week, timeshare users group, and definitely word of mouth. Booking.com. Again, I have found weeks for Gatlinburg, Tennessee, at Thanksgiving cheaper than the people who own there pay their maintenance fees. I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know if it's just extra inventory from the developers that they're throwing out there. Who knows? Who cares? Do your research. Rent, rent, rent. All day long, rent. Do not buy. Okay? Never buy. Again, guys, I'm not anti-timeshare. I love the resorts. I love the resorts. They're fantastic. That's why we keep going. I am anti a system that you sign a contract in perpetuity that you cannot get out of. That sucks. And that's not fair to anybody. And that's why renting them out over these different holiday seasons, and shoulder season and spring and summer and fall and ski season and beach season, always better because maybe you want to go to the beach this year, but next year you want to go skiing. And maybe the next year you want to go to Disney World. And maybe the next year you're not going to go on vacation at all. So you don't want to sit and have to pay maintenance fees to something that you can't use. And you don't want to be the one renting them out because you're never going to make money off this. You'd be lucky to get your maintenance fees, right? So here we are again, beating the dead horse. Never buy timeshare, rent it out, and here's how. So I'd like to hear from you guys. Have you rented out a timeshare? Have you rented somebody else's timeshare? Have you seen any pitfalls with that? How's it gone? I read every comment. Throw it down there. What else do you want to hear about timeshare? And as usual, hit like and subscribe. I appreciate you guys. Thanks. Have a great day.